Welcome, the 2nd of January, in the start of 2026. And today I want to introduce a friend of mine. He has worked as a priest for 2 seasons. He was a radical priest 45 years ago in Norway. His name is Helge Hognestad, and when I studied theology, he was one of the priests I met, even though he had gone out of duty. Someone said, "Your thoughts resonate with Helge." And then I contacted Helge and we matched. And he have written more than 20 books. And the latest book, Tomorrow Day's Christianity, it is released now in 2026. He wrote it a year ago, but the Norwegian publisher said, well, the time isn't ready for this book. This is so radical. And actually, what Helge is writing about is what I am speaking about. The new Christianity, or not the new Christianity. I will not call it the new Christianity. I will call it the new paradigm, the new way of understanding, because religion, the way we have seen religion, has been doctrine. And also, Helge doesn't speak about doctrine. He said that the godness, the source, we can meet it inside. And he talked a lot about Paul, because he's so fascinated by Paul and he really studied Paul. And he said that Christ lived inside me. And I have spoken a lot about Christ consciousness and Homo luminous, the new children. And this is actually the same as Helge is speaking about. So Christ consciousness, Homo luminous, the new earth, the new human, all of this, we feel it inside. It is not a concept, it's not a dogma and you have to go to church. But the church, as we see it, have seen it for several years, for thousands of years, it will radically change. If the church and the holy places not change, people will not go there, because we need places so that we can use our collective consciousness from the divine in us, from the monad, from the source point, Christ consciousness. So today I want to introduce a recording that I did with Helge a year ago. He said, I'm not so good in English, and I said, well, neither do I. But our message is bigger than our ability to have to speak fluently, kind of. And so I want you to listen to him, because he was in front. He was really a kind of a rebel in his, and the government and the priest, they bullied him. They pushed him out after being priest for, I think it was 3 or 4 years, and he wasn't able to be priest more. And then he had a dream some years after that. Actually, he died. He have had a radical life, and he died, and he managed to survive. And then he started to come back to life again, and he had a dream, and in this dream he dreamt about another priest, a female priest, Rosemarie Köhn, and in this dream he saw that she would put him in as a priest again. So he contacted her, and Rosemarie Köhn helped and did what the dream told him, and he became a priest once more. So he had really stirred the Norwegian ordinary Christianity, and he has been a role model for a lot of us that wanted to see Christianity in another way. I'm one of them. And me studying theology, I have said that I cannot adjust to the dogma. This is not my way of Christianity. My way of Christianity is that Christ lives inside all of us. Jesus showed the way. He showed us how to live as Homo luminous, as awakened being, as multi-dimensional being. He knew that he was more than a man, and all of us are more than a physical. This is only one element of the totality of us. So with those words, I say welcome, Helge, and thank you so much for doing this interview with me. Welcome, welcome, Helge Hognestad.
Thank you.
You have written a book that is called Christianity of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
And this topic is the same as the universal Christ, because you say
yeah,
we are in the midst of evolution.
yeah,
And you have worked as a priest in Norway, and you have written almost 20 books.
yeah,
But you have kind of leaded a new path than the normal Christianity, because the normal Christianity say that it is kind of a concept. It's not within. We don't have God within. It's not a universal Christ. But you have kind of walked another path and tried to help people say that, okay, all of us have the God source, divine spark within.
yeah. I'm quite sure that Jesus meant that man has a connection with the divine within himself.
Yes.
It says in the Gospel according to Luke, the kingdom of God is within you.
Yes.
Quite sure. Some translations have among you. It is the kingdom of God is among you, but I'm quite sure that the right translation is within.
Yeah.
It's the Greek preposition means within.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I see in the New English Bible has among you,
Yeah.
but the modern God News for Modern Man has within you.
Within. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and that's also my experience. I work with helping people to come to the Christ consciousness within,
yeah,
because I live with this. What is the Bible said? I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life,
yeah,
and that this is an inner state,
yeah.
universal state.
Yeah, yes, I'm quite sure you are right. And that's also St. Paul's message.
Yeah,
He tells about that God revealed his son in me,
in me. Yeah,
enmoi in Greek,
yeah,
and must be translated in me and not to me,
yeah,
as it says in the Norwegian translation as well as the English one.
yeah,
That is that translation is a mistranslation. I'm quite sure.
yeah,
The reason for this is that the legendary story about St. Paul's conversion in the Acts is a outer experience, the light and the voice he hears.
yeah,
Is outer. So I'm when they translate Paul's own words to that God revealed his son to me.
yeah,
So that's because of this legendary story
yeah,
in the Acts. But Paul, I'm quite sure, says God revealed his son in me, N-M-I.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you speak about something, I think this is very profound, because you said listen to their experience, because
yeah,
we listen so much to the wording, and you said, but I'm more interested in what did they experience, because they had an experience,
yeah,
they were in connection with the God within. So
yeah,
listen to the experience. So that's a revelationary thinking in Norway.
yeah, I'm quite sure.
Yeah,
And again, St. Paul. Paul is the first one to write in the Christian movement.
yeah,
And when we read his letters and ask what experiences did he have,
yeah,
I'm quite sure he had this profound new level of consciousness.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which he calls Christ.
yeah,
Christ in me.
Christ consciousness. Yeah,
Yeah. The mystics in the Christian mystics, for example, Teresa of Avila in 1500s, she talks in the same way that God is within
yeah,
her. Um, And she says that to come to that level is to come home. She
Yes.
said. Yeah, and my ego does not live anymore, but God lives in me, and that's exactly what St. Paul says.
Yeah.
My ego does not live anymore. Christ lives in me.
Yeah.
So it's that new level of consciousness, and I'm quite sure that Jesus himself, that was his purpose, was his message.
Yes.
Now, he said, now people is ready for this new level of consciousness.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And
So it's for me, it's important to see the Christianity, the original Christianity, in connection with evolution of consciousness.
yes.
Man has been in this process for centuries
Yep.
and thousands of years.
Yes.
Once man had only a collective consciousness,
Yep.
and then through some 100 years from 2000 before Christ until Christ, there was a process where man awakened to the ego consciousness,
Yes.
which was very important and
Yeah.
very difficult process
Yes.
as well. And at Jesus' time, Jesus said, now is the time to go to the next
Level or step. Yeah.
level of consciousness.
Yeah.
Which he called it the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
The kingdom of God is within you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is what we see in the society today. So many people are waking up to this Christ consciousness or God within.
Yeah.
And me also guiding a lot of people in the Vinema Reset, I'm leading them to live out their Christ within.
Yeah.
That's what we are longing to, because Christ show us this.
Yeah. And that's very important.
Yeah.
In 2000 years, the focus has been the sin.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's, to me, it's important to see that it's not sin as catastrophe, but it is a step in man's evolution.
It is.
Actually.
Yeah. And when we talk about sin in Christianity, in the Vinema Reset, I work with what we call sin, but it is like the shame, all the guilt, and all the emotion that we kind of work through. So we call it sin, but actually it is our programming. It's the ego that are programmed. So when we give up, as you write about crucifying the ego. So when we crucify the ego, then we live with Christ consciousness, the divine within. So this is the evolution you are speaking about.
Yeah, and that's also St. Paul's message to crucify the ego.
Yeah.
He says, I'm crucified with Christ. He says, the ego doesn't live anymore, but Christ lives in me.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I can say the same. That's why I can say I am the way, the truth, and the life. Because when you live with Christ consciousness, I have given up my ego. I don't live from my ego. So I do Divine Mass and Divine Design podcast, not because my ego, because this was something from my ego. It is a higher calling. I have crucified my ego. So I'm doing this to rise consciousness among humans. So more and more people do this, help to rise the consciousness, and we do it in different ways. And I do it the best way I know, even though I'm not so good in English. I think that, as we spoke before we started, well, English isn't the easiest thing to do for us, but we do it because we see it as a higher purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
The Christ and the divine consciousness come through us, even though we think it's difficult to use the English words.
Yeah. And I think it's very important the work you do. I'm quite sure. to help people to awaken to this deep level of consciousness. But it is a difficult process, and it will take many hundreds of years, I think, to that all people on the earth will be lifted up.
I don't think it will take hundreds of years. I think it may be 10, 20, 30, because I see now the participant in the Vinema Reset. When mothers do that, I see what happens to their children, to their mothers and fathers, to their colleagues, to their husband. The ripple effect is like, wow, and it goes so fast. So this has kind of shown me that this can go fast if we self-choose. And I have spoken a lot about self-choosing, because when you read the Bible, it's like the chosen people. For me, this is a self-choose.
What you said, like...
In the Christianity and in the Bible, we speak about the chosen people. But I speak about self-choosing. I have self-choose. I have chosen myself.
Yeah.
I have chosen. Yeah, so it's not
chosen, yeah.
So it's not that I am kind of the chosen one, but I have self-chosen. And all of us can self-choose. It is a choice. We have free will.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have chosen to kind of write all these books about Christ within, the universal Christ. So you have self-chosen. You chose to go this path.
Yeah, yeah. But I personally... I'm not there. I'm not there, but I know this is the way.
Yes, but you are there because you are there on your level, because we are not supposed to compare. Because what you have done in Norway, you have really been the first man to say that, well, the Christ within, all of us have the Christ within. And the bishops and the Christianity, they said, you will not work as a priest anymore because you are so revelational, or your Christianity doesn't fit in here. So you stood up for the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And that really, you had to have an inner strength to do that. So you have done a very deep transformation in the Norwegian system.
Yeah, that's right. My bishop took me out of priesthood, but we had a women bishop here in Hamar, where I live, and she took me in again.
Yeah. And just the process you went through, it's literal for the process we see in society, because when we stand up for the divinity, the God within, we will meet resistance. And you met a lot of resistance in Christianity. And so that's why you have written 20 books. And now the latest is Christianity of Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what you have done, you have really started the snowball kind of in Norway. And then now we are seeing the fruits, because we are in a gathering together talking about Christianity of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you now starting to see the fruits of what you have done for 50 years. That's amazing.
It has been a process in me as well.
Yeah.
It started in England, actually.
Yeah.
In 1971-72, I was in Sheffield, and there I met a Methodist priest. He had a project he called Urban Theology Unit. John Vincent was his name, and that was the start.
Yeah.
In me. That was very, very important in my life.
Yeah.
That I met him and the people around him there in Sheffield.
Yeah.
Since then, I met an American bishop, John Shelby Spong. He's dead now, but he has written a lot of books about just the same.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking what others have done and thought out.
Yeah, and you have brought it back to Norway, and also Richard Rohr also write the Universal Christ, and he write about the same as we.
There are many.
Yeah, there are many.
Yeah. So you and I are just two people in this great movement.
Yes.
Worldwide movement.
Worldwide movement, yeah. And that's so amazing, because it is, so all of us are, as you say, the evolution of consciousness. The evolution of consciousness.
Evolution of consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I worked quite a lot about with that theme, evolution of consciousness.
yeah,
In a book some years ago about it. So that was also very important in my life
yeah,
to see how man has evolved, also how the consciousness has evolved during the hundreds of years.
yeah,
At the time of Jesus, I think the time had come that the kingdom of God was near, as he says.
yeah.
Man was ready to open for the inner kingdom of God.
And it's here now, because as I see more and more people that live from this. I will interview a lady from Bali now, and she lives with the Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
So I see more and more people do it, and since I have kind of committed to this, I am attracting people that do the same. So I see the growing of this movement very clear.
Yeah. That's great.
And also when I studied theology, I met you when studying theology, and when I write all this essay and the task, I wanted to refer to you because you speak about Paul's revelation and Christ within. So I used you, and I read your books. It's like, wow, he's really got it. So it's...
I got it from these other persons. We are part of the movement.
Yeah. But you brought it back to...
I think it is cosmos, or God, who sends impulses, and some of us take them.
Yeah.
And write about them and talk about them.
Yes, I also do. I think all of us can download this. I have downloaded a lot, and for a period when I got the download, I thought, okay, I don't have time to do this download. And then a couple of years after, I saw that this download that I had gotten, another man had taken it and made it into form. So this is we have downloads all the time. So what do we do with the cosmic downloads? Because we have divine intervention all the time.
Yeah.
So the movement of living with the divine consciousness and the divine intervention, I love it. And I didn't understand the theme or the concept of divine timing. I also have gone into exploring divine timing. It is something... It's a concept about divine timing and living this divinity game, or the divinity of us. We know that all of us are connected.
Yeah, that's the Christian hope, I think. That's the hope, the Christian hope, that the divine, we are loading down this new understanding of Christianity, of the world, actually. Of cosmos. Yeah.
And you had made it easier for me to stand in this because you was the first in Norway to walk the path, and now I'm doing it, and a lot of other people. So we are making it easier for our grandchildren and the future children.
Yeah. That's how evolution works.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's the evolution of consciousness. So we are awakening as a species. Yeah. So I just have to say thank you so much for writing all these books and to really have gone the path. And what you have done is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on this interview also, Helge.
Thank you.